Hi everyone, today's video is all about mark making, collaging and using scraps. Hi everyone, it's Asia here, Lemon Creation, and I will be making ATC cards today. I will be making a bunch of ATC cards. I'm making them usually in bulk because I send them with my orders. Not everyone's, all the orders from my shop over 70 euro, post included, because simply I do them by hand and otherwise I would just not manage to do as many cards as is required to put in the orders. So that's why I made a price limit, and still even with that I am not managing. Sometimes I have to run and make cards because I promised to myself that if I promise that to my customers, they're gonna get it. Even if I don't have ATC cards on hand, I'm gonna make one and put in the parcel. And so today I decided to go with mark making and collaging. I am using the mixed media paper and my mark making papers. They are homemade. They're actually tissues, not papers, but pieces of tissues with my hand made mark making. Or mark makes or marks. And I don't know if I explain you how to do them already, but if there is a need for you to know that, or if I didn't explain before, just let me know in the comments and I will try to make a video and show you how to make your own tissue papers. So as you can see, I have a few of them. Some of them are with my stamps and some of them are with handmade mark makings. I am gluing them with the matte gel, and this one is from Pebeo, and as you can see I am running out of it, so I cut the tube in half to use the rest of it. And it's great, this gel, because you know it's drying clear, so you don't actually see it. Well, you can see it if you look closely because it has a tiny bit of shine to it, but I use usually matte ones, so the shine is really minimal. And also it does not affect too much the whole project. And I like to put it on top also of the tissue paper, but because I have ink printer, it's actually sometimes it runs, so I have to be careful when I'm adding some mediums on top of the papers which comes out of my printer. I hope that makes sense until now. Now I'm using pieces of black tissue paper, so it's like just, you know, the ones you can get it, you can buy it, but you can also get it sometimes in the shoe boxes and some other, I don't know, packaging. It's a really, really nice accent. I like black and white, so this is something I am coming quite often to. And I also have them in my bundles. I created bundles which are like handmade bundles with some with my mark makings also, and they are available in my shop. I'm gonna give you a link to the shop as always in the description box below and in the pinned comment. And also in my shop you can get, in the section digital files, you can get some of my handmade mark making samples. I don't know if sample is a good word, but papers rather, so which you can print out. And this addition, which you can see I'm working with right now, it's a Cicada wing paper that you can buy, and it's super cool. It's see-through and it has this delicate texture. It's like a tissue. It's super cool. As always, I will give you a full list of the products in the description box below, so please check that out, because sometimes you are asking me in the comments, what did you use? Just I usually really put the all the products I used in the description, so you can find it there. I also add the affiliate links which you can click on and they will bring you to the merchant or the seller. And I added a little bit of handmade black circles. This one is also idea for the video to show you how I made them. But yes, I have to make it. It's just I am really running out of time all the time. And I'm also using a pieces of washi tape. It's not really actually washi tape, I think. It's a vintage tape from Dedicatron and from Wow Studio. I absolutely love it. I bought 2 of them. The only problem, it's not really a problem, but the only small issue I have with it is that it cannot be torn in your hands. And you know me, I like to tear my washes. But it's such a nice, such a nice color. It's a vintage feel, super nice. And see-through, which works really nice, and it has this matte finish, so it's not very glossy like the you know, these tapes like washi tapes, pet washi tapes, which you can buy in you know, all these Chinese shops or Amazon. So this one is really great, and I bought, as I mentioned, 2 rolls because I usually have to pay a big tax when I import something from States, so I decided to just go and buy 2 at once to have them for a long time. And now I'm adding pieces of washi. It's a washi I think I got from JournalSay for one of the unboxing video I made for them. And here is another piece of washi tape. This one I can tear without any issues. Also, I think from JournalSay, and it's a script one. And as you can see, my compositions are quite messy, which I want. But as you can see, I'm leaving a lot of white space because if the project is very busy, to me, to have this I don't know, coherence. I always use, I think, word coherence, but to just make it nice and pleasing for the eye, I need to have some white space. Otherwise, I feel like it's overcharged and it doesn't look well. So I'm trying to leave as much of white space as possible. And I have to admit, there are some ATCs out of this whole bunch, which I prefer over the others. So they are usually the ones which I actually put everything in one place instead of going on both sides kind of the card. I am gonna be stamping, but just a tiny bit, a little bit small accents, because I don't really need too much. I just wanted to add something which is not collage to the paper. And I'm gonna be using 2 of my sets of stamps. One is on the fence and the other is, if I'm not mistaken, Censored. Once again, all the list of products used in the description, you will find in the description box below. I'm using VersaFine because it's stamping very nicely. It's very good for the intricate stamping, and I thank you so much for those of you. There were few of you who actually, I think over 1 year, 2 years ago, I think, told me about this VersaFine ink, because I didn't know. Simply, I was using always StazOn and archival ink, and sometimes with intricate stamping it was a little bit tricky. And now I know that VersaFine is actually super fine for stamping intricate details. So as you can see, a tiny bit of stamping. You know, I'm overlapping the stamp with the collaging because I think that's much nicer way to go. And I'm leaving as much of white space as I can, but I am, as I mentioned to you in my previous videos, I'm trying to experiment a little bit with colors. So I decided to go for this green. It's Peeled Paint Distress Stain, but I didn't like the first application method. As you can see, I used the piece of acetate and I just placed it on the paper, and I didn't like it because I found that the green was too strong and I didn't have so much of a control where it goes. So that's why I took the brush and I decided to go just dip the brush tiny bit with the green in the green, and then added a little bit on the paper, and like that I can decide where the paint goes. And in this case it was important for me to actually know where the paint goes and not to add too much of it. And also, if you don't cover your tissue paper with the layer of matte gel on top of it, if you add paint, the paint will kind of leak, you know, and it will just make kind of stains. It will go, you know, to the fiber of the tissue, and it doesn't look very nice. So that's why also I usually cover my tissue with the layer of matte gel. But if you don't do it carefully and then you add paint, you may get this small surprise, which I don't like that much. And that's what happened actually with the very first card, which you can see here on the left top corner. Still, there is too much green. So this is the part which you do not have to do if your cards are white, but I kind of wanted to do it. So I'm blacking the edges with the archival ink this time. This is one of my oldest pad, so this pad is entirely serving me for doing things like that. It can get, you know, I don't mind that it get a little bit, I don't know, the fibers get a little bit broken because I use it exactly for this purpose. And as always, I add my black backing to the cards. I do it now a lot with a tacky glue. Before I did it with the double-sided tape, but it's more work with double-sided tape. And I don't know, I changed my mind and now I'm doing it with the tacky glue. And I will be adding pieces of word or wordings from my very sassy words. Normally they are funny, but I took either small pieces of the sentences, you know, I just cut a tiny bit, or I just found something which pleased me or I was happy with, and I finished the cards this way. So that's it from me in this video. Thank you so very much for watching, commenting, and subscribing. And as always, I'll be very happy if you visit my shop. I wish you a really, really, really nice day. Lots of love, and I hope I'm gonna see you soon in my next video. Bye bye.